right, did y'all listen to the gospel today?
Yeah.
What was it about? Your mind cooked a pizza. I think he's smelling what you're smelling, preacher. That's what that says. The gospel is actually about fishing. Do you like to go fishing? Like fishing. Do you like to go fishing? Who likes to go fishing?
Me.
You do? I don't really care to go fishing. Do you always catch something when you go fishing? No. Do you get frustrated? And you quit, and then whoever you're fishing with is like, nope, we're here for the day. That's what my grandpa used to do, because Austin was not a good fisherman. He was not very stick-to-itive, I guess. He got bored really fast. What do? You never go fishing? I'll talk to Daddy about that.
I got a fishing net. Beat me.
Do you go fish with this thing?
Yeah.
The fishing?
It bit me.
It bit you. The fish are hook. Have you ever seen one of these? I probably should have gotten this out. What is this? So in today's story, they were fishing with nets. And the nets got really full. You know, they said, Jesus, we've been fishing all night and it's no good. The fish are not biting. Our bait is no good. And he said, nope, try again. Throw them out again. Go out a little bit further and throw them out. So they threw them out, and guess what happened? What happened? It filled them up. Yeah, all right, so I'm not going to throw this. But this is kind of one of those nets. It's called a seine. Look at this seine. And I'm sure the ones they had on their boats were a little bit bigger. And you can get these that are bigger too. So you throw them out and they're weighted, you know, and they kind of hang down toward the bottom and the fish get trapped in them. No hooks involved. Then you pull it back up and it like gathers them up kind of a trash bag and you haul them in. And they had so much in this story today that they started breaking, their nets were breaking. And then what happened? What happened to the two boats? They were going down, weren't they? And those, you know, Peter, James, and John, they knew who. That didn't have nothing to do with their bait, did it? Who did it? Who did that? Jesus did that. He was hauling in those fish for them to make a point. Then he said something funny at the end. Don't be afraid. From now on, you're going to fish for what? Men. Y'all ever done that? No? You've never been. Well, if you've never been fishing for fish, I don't suppose you've been fishing for men either. I'm not talking yet. All right. So, why do you think Jesus chose fishermen? I mean, he could have chosen a dump truck driver, or maybe even a opera singer. Why did he choose fishermen to make his point and to be his disciples, his first disciples? What do you think? But these guys didn't catch any fish. Their nets were empty. But you know what about these fishermen? You ever heard the word persistent? It's the opposite of stick-to-it. They sat there and he said in the story, they fished all night long. Now, how many of y'all would have sat there all night long? You would have gone in for a snack. I knew better. You'd have had to row in and you just done, right? And you know what else? You know what those fishermen would have done the very next night, even though they caught nothing that night? You know what they would have done? Even if Jesus hadn't told them to? They'd have gone back out there. Because that's what fishing, it's like playing golf. You know, you just keep at it, even though, you know, you might not be good at it. So that's why Jesus chose the fishermen, because they were persistent, they were patient, they sat and waited and sat and waited and sat and waited, and they were faithful, because they knew eventually at least one fish was going to get in their net, right? Yes, sir. Yeah, does God have power? He has all the power. God is better than magic. He made magic. He made all magic. Yes, he can come down here and touch him. Kind of. Yeah. And he'd be here and you wouldn't even know. Yes. So let's get back to our fishermen. Hold on, I got Miss Dale. The train has left the station. Back to the fishermen. So God wants us to be fishers of men. He does not want us to use hooks. Please do not take hooks to school and try to catch a friend, okay? Do not throw nets over your friends and tell them you're catching them. What God wants us to do is use ourselves as bait. You got to have bait on animal line, right? Like good stuff, not gummy worms. So he wants us to live lives that other people are attracted to. He wants all those little fishies to come to us. They that looks tasty, I'm gonna go get what they're having. And then we get them in our nets, in our flock, and we make them Christians like us, and then we just keep growing God's family, and that's what he wants us to do, as fishers of men. Just a parable, kind of. Y'all understand that? So no nets, no hooks, but what are you gonna use this week to be bait for Jesus? Bible's good. Let's make pretty hands. Dear God, thank you for capturing us in your nets, and help us to spread your word so that we can grow our school of fish, your school of fish as well. In your name we pray. Amen.